Hey everybody, it's me, V, the Sepia Scholar. Happy Sunday. I hope this day finds you blessed, safe, happy. We're here in Florida and we're super duper cold. Yes, I'm wearing a hoodie. It was a real struggle to get on here because I wanted to stay snuggled up in my bed, but I wanted to come and have a talk with you guys about, and just like that, season 1, episode 9, No Strings Attached. So let's address the craziness in the building. I know you're looking at my thumbnail like, what the hell does she have going on? So you're gonna see me with some pads. You're gonna see some foolishness with Charlotte in all white, and you see the situation she got going on. And I decided to add a picture of the menopause banshee from Big Mouth because I thought all of this was appropriate for the foolishness that went on in this episode. I really, really, I don't know how to say it. So the show was only probably 35 minutes long, but it felt like 2 hours. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. There was a lot going on. A lot of it was mess. Apparently, so, I think her name is Samantha Irby, who writes the show. She's really into bodily fluids, and when she writes, she likes to write about uh, people taking dumps, queefs, all types of foolishness. Sorry, I apologize for my wording, but all types of crazy stuff. So this episode makes total sense. I thought it was okay. There was some good stuff that happened in it. I'm so happy that there's only one episode left, and I'm gonna watch it so you guys don't have to. So let's go ahead and get started. Of course, of course. So the episode starts off and they're at lunch because they're always eating, and Carrie is telling the girls that she's about to meet Professor Puke, aka the teacher, the widower, and they're going out on a non-date. Um, she's very adamant that it's not a date and is more of a do-over between the two people who threw up on each other. So she had to emphasize that, right? Samantha Irby. There you go. Miranda asked for a favor. She basically asked if they can come and join her and Naya in painting a woman's shelter. Charlotte's all in, and she even wants to bring the kids. Carrie says she'll just write a check. You know she's filthy rich, right? And Miranda says you can't just be the white lady that writes the check. I thought we was getting away from these woke moments, but woke moment, message. Why not? Everybody contributes the way they see fit. I know a lot about the civil rights movement, and there were some people like Sidney Poitier that gave a check, and then there was other people that went out there and marched, like Harry Belafonte, right? It depends how you want to give, but either way, you're giving. Just don't be completely out of touch and don't know what's going on. So she's rich, and she could really help those folks out with that cash. So I was like, please, Miranda, please stop. So right after that, Charlotte tells Carrie and Miranda that she thinks she's finally gonna go. She's going through menopause. She's like, I haven't had my period in 4 months, and not to brag about it, I know you guys had yours way before mine. You know that shady friend that wants to throw you under the bus but act like it's all good. But she said, I haven't had any of those awful symptoms you've had. Hot flashes, brain fog, because the show is always a PSA, right? And she basically says, I don't have all the problems you guys had when you were going through it. And the girls start laughing. They said they love seeing that smug Charlotte is back and has made a return. So we go over to Carrie's apartment, and she gets a knock on the door. It's her downstairs neighbor, Lisette, Carrie Jr. She gives Carrie her jewelry because she's a designer and asks her to wear it on Instagram. Okay, we're gonna leave it alone. She says she needs a promo or she'll have to go back to modeling. Oh, the struggle. This character is a little like, where did you come from? It's too little, too late. She tells her that she's obsessed with her podcast, that dreaded podcast. It's terrible. Yes, I'm on here on YouTube doing some podcast stuff, and I got more videos to come. Y'all gonna have to get with it, right? But that podcast that she has with those characters that they never talked about again since episode 3 was trash. I'm sorry. But either way, while she's talking, she notices that her wedding ring, she's wearing a wedding ring. She's like, oh, where's your husband? I've never seen him. Is it long distance? Yes, I've heard of long distance marriages. Would I want to be one? Be in one? Probably not. But she doesn't realize that she's a widow. And I'm like, oh my God, they don't found another reason to say Big died on that damn Peloton. Damn, we get it. Quit emphasizing it. I'm over it. As I can see, this show has me stressed. There's one more episode left. So it also pointed out that, okay, Lisette, you supposedly are a fan of the podcast. I know they said on the podcast that that man died, but you getting up here acting crazy and dumb like you don't know what's going on. It's just a reason to bring up Big died again. Okay, sorry, Big, R.I.P. But we're going over to Charlotte, and Charlotte is helping Rock, who kind of changed his their outfit, cut the hair short, all that good stuff. Sorry, y'all. All right. She's studying for her bar slash bat mitzvah, and in the middle of that, Anthony calls and says he has on the hot guy uniform because he was short-handed. He's strolling through, and listen, y'all, Anthony and his pasty ass thighs and that romper was sending me, Lord. I was like, oh my god, he looks terrible, but it definitely brought the comic relief, right? He asked Charlotte, can he bring a date to dinner? And in the middle of her having the discussion, Rock sneaks off. I'm telling you, Charlotte's kids are bad as hell. I'm not saying my kids are perfect. Everybody got a thing, but her kids just do whatever they feel like doing. But either way, Charlotte asks if the date is appropriate for children. And Aunt says he's sexy and reads. I'm like, oh, I like that too. Okay, so all of a sudden, a blood curdling ass scream comes from the back. I'm like, who the hell done died? Who's getting killed? Who's getting murdered? Is it Dateline in the back? I didn't know what the hell was going on. I jumped hard. And it's Lily freaking out because according to her period tracking app, if you don't have one, get one. She realizes she's going to have her period at the same time as a big pool party in the Hamptons. And she simply refuses to wear tampons. I get it. I was a teenager. I didn't know. I was told that you don't wear tampons unless you're active. So, of course, I learned how to use tampons myself and everything. TMI, but we're here already. What we going to do? And she's cussing and acting a donkey. And I'm like, oh my God, Lily might be even more Charlotte than Charlotte is because she's a mini me of her. Freaking out, neurotic, all crazy. I was like, yeah, they did a good job with this young lady because she is a damn mess and I don't know how much more I could take. So now we're here with Che and Miranda. I watched this one YouTuber, she had me dying laughing. She was like, Che and Miranda need a disclaimer. Somebody need to burn some sage, set some good intention before they get traumatized by these people's scenes. And not because they're LGBTQIA LMNOP, is because Che is the Jar Jar Binks of TV. Her lines don't make sense. There's no real depth. Every once in a while she comes through with something. It's like a teenage boy. It's really weird. Yeah, a teenage boy inside of the. I know that lady got to be pushing 45. I don't know. She got the F boy fade, but she got to be pushing 45, and it's just really weird. And Miranda, we don't get me started on her, but Che and Miranda are having dinner at a diner. Che tells Miranda she looks especially pretty tonight. Good, Miranda, find somebody that treats you good. Tells you you're pretty. That's nice. And Miranda turns around and looks and says, well, you look especially whatever non-gender, non-polarizing compliment that's okay to say. And I'm like, God dang it, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I clapped. I know it's loud. I apologize. I just can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. I just want to watch the old show again. I can't take it. It's getting on my nerves. I'm struggling. So, as they're sitting there eating dinner, two fans run up and ask for a pic. They ask if Miranda's famous, and she says, "No, I'm just a girlfriend." You know how it is when you just get a new dude. So happy, y'all booed up like, "Oh, I'm with my man." But while she's getting all happy, Che gives her the side eye, like, "What is this bitch talking about? We ain't together." I was like, "Oh Lord, here comes the foolishness." So while the fans are taking pics, they start telling Miranda about or talking about Che hooking up with a friend, whether it be male or female. I guess Che non-binary part is out and he screech. She's for the streets, but if Miranda like it, I love it, right? But I was wondering who does that in front of somebody's date. Miranda just obviously told these people that she's the girlfriend, and they just went ahead and ran their mouth. It didn't make any sense to me about who Che smashing in these streets. I didn't get it. By the way, let's address Miranda and Che. We already done burn sage and set intention like I rebuke. But they seem to be doing great now. I mean, I think they're doing great. It's super confusing because last week Che told Miranda that they were in love with her, and they seemingly had a big romantic reunion in Cleveland. And we here. We never saw the scene. Nobody ever mentions it again. What in the continuity error, continuity, let me get my words together, error is going on? Do they have no budget? They just leaving scenes out? What the hell is going on? Could they only afford them sitting in a diner? I don't get it, y'all. It's mess. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, what is going on with this show? I really want to hear what you have to say in the comments. And tell me how you feel about Shay. You think she's sexy? It's all right if you do. I don't. But either way, teach his own. Seema and Carrie are now outside in the line trying to get in the club. Carrie got that strong ass bun again, that thing that make her face look like it's jagged. I don't know what the hell is going on. Every time it seems, you know what I just figured out? Every time it seems to be a fun scene, like a date or anything where there's gonna be nice and social, they put this lady in a man suit and a strong ass bun, looking like damn Attila the Hun, Miss Trunchbull, whatever the hell from what the heck, Matilda. It's mess. Why? I guess she jazzed it up because she put some little dangly earrings in there. You know how you do, just trying to, I did it too with my little hoodie. But just why? She looks a mess. So she takes a pic with her neighbor's ring on because she says she's saving her for modeling. You know, Carrie has to be funny every once in a while. And she asked Seema, is it appropriate to be wearing her wedding ring on a date? And Seema very astutely tells her friend, it's appropriate if you want it to be appropriate. And that Carrie needs to do what feels right for her. So Seema's sitting there thinking, and she said, I'm going to bribe this doorman to get into the hot club because it's her birthday. I guess she has no other friends or other places to be, and she wants to dance. So they try to be meta because Carrie walks up. She's like, I don't want to be the scene in that movie where the ladies try to get into the club and they can't get in the club. So can we be grown up and not do that? And she's trying to, get empathy from him. And he gets offended and is like, get the hell on. I don't want to take the bribe. And it totally reminds me of that scene from Knocked Up when I forgot what that man's name is. He's on Hot Tub Time Machine too. Is the bouncer and they're trying to get in. And he's like, no old bitches in the club. No old bitches in the club. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh Lord, why they had to do them like? I guess I'll be the old bitch at the club too. I'm not sure. Oh my God. But I understand. I was wondering why they didn't just go to a grown and sexy spot. There's plenty of old bitches in there, classic music and sugar daddies galore. You can live your best life. They'll make you feel young and pretty in there. Shoot, that's what I would have did if it was my birthday. Y'all need to get like me. I don't know what's going on. But either way, Seema is turning 54, and she thought that when she was 53, it was going to be the year that she finally found a man. But she's not mad because she says she finally found a great friend with Carrie. Like I said, apparently in this universe, people have no other friends. Just a thought. But I really like it that she says she has a great life and, a man will be the icing on the cake, right? And in their lovely, we love each other friend moment, Carrie invites her to come paint. So it's looking like this paint event is the way that they're going to get all the random characters together in one place so we can give a damn about them. So we'll see. So we go to Charlotte, who's getting ready for dinner with Anthony, when Lily says she's ready for help with Tampon. Perfect timing, right? Right before dinner, we're going to be doing the Tampon thing with the old nasty selves. I was very confused, and I'd be like, see, that's why they don't eat at the potluck, because y'all be on that bullshit. That's why. And the raisins and potato salad. But either way, Anthony shows up with his date, who looks super vanilla and has a crew cut. And Charlotte comes out because she got to go help with the Tampon and tells Harry to make the gentleman comfortable and take the challah out the oven in 10 minutes. The date says, oh, this is a Jewish dinner. I've never been to somebody's house like, oh, this is a black dinner. Oh, this is a Spanish dinner. I mean, I've looked around the room. I just did it yesterday. And I'm like, oh, these little people look Dominican and everything. That's because I'm Haitian. I just know what they look like. And I know what we look like. And we all mix together. Sometimes it's a mix. But he busts out and says, the Holocaust is a hoax. And it's like, what the fuck? And he promptly screams, get out. And I was like, that escalated quickly. I definitely feel like they're going to make a meme out of this. I would definitely get a ringtone or something, a button, how they have the easy button. You press the button, and as soon as somebody's acting a damn ass, you get that, get out. That would work for me. I would pay for that. There's an idea for you guys. Take that and run with it. So we go to Carrie fiddling with her ring. She is still worried about the fact that she's still wearing her wedding ring. She toys with the idea of removing it right before that, not a date, but just ends up putting Big's ring on too. So it was kind of weird. I've never had a spouse die, so I'm not gonna judge. I'm gonna let her be great. I don't know what Carrie got going on. Now we're back to the mother and daughter duo as they embark on some bonding by way of awkward tampon insertion demonstration. Y'all like how I said that? I can read y'all. But anyways, so they did that for a couple seconds, switch right back. Go back to Peter. Peter's pulling up. Peter's the hot widower, puker, teacher guy. He pulls up in a cab for their non-date, and Carrie's standing out in front of the restaurant. So she tells him she can't go out with them. They both say dating each other is like a band-aid, like the one on her finger. And I was like, okay, cool. I guess y'all were trying to be sentimental. You could have put that shit in a what was that episode when Burger broke up with her on a post-it? You could have put that shit on a post-it. We got technology. Why in the hell? Anyway, I get that Carrie doesn't want to cancel on Peter by the way of the text, but it's not better to drag him out to a restaurant only to tell him she can't have dinner with him, which is that more polite? Like, who knows where this man lives in relation to the place? Anyways, but Peter is super understanding. He understands that they're both in pain. And apparently he keeps his wife's last voicemail on his phone and listens to it over and over again. Still, he tells Carrie that this is strike two, so he put in his boundaries. I put y'all boundaries down, y'all standards, and she better be careful. Even though as he walks away, he's like, "This is the best rejection ever." Some women wrote this. Ain't no man wrote this. I don't know what the hell going on, but I'm not even gonna go there. But okay, so we all know that he's a teacher. What do we know about Peter? He's a teacher. He has great hair. He's kind. He could puke on a woman and not be too embarrassed about it. But he is like super, super sweet and swoony. So I'm rooting for him or whatever. So we have to go back to Lily and her tampon storyline, man. Good grief. Like Charlie Brown, good grief. Charlotte is acting out the insertion like a flight attendant, showing videos, offering to demonstrate on herself. What the fuck? That's a what the fuck, y'all. I gotta cuss. I'm sorry. That's a what the fuck. She's even doing tampon meditation, like, calm down. It'll go in smoothly. Y'all, how did we end up here? Finally, she gets pissed and tells her to jam it in. And in the middle of them going through all that, Rock knocked and asked, when are they coming out? Everybody's hungry. Damn, y'all supposed to be having a dinner. Right when she says that, Lily magically screams out, "It's in!" And they pan to everybody at dinner, and the challah is burned to a crisp, and everybody's apologizing for ruining dinner. Charlotte for being in the bathroom all along doing coochie demonstrations. Harry for burning the challah, and Anthony for bringing that anti-Semitic ass man to their dinner. It was funny and sad all at the same time. Flowing through people. We're flowing through, y'all. I'm going to get through this video. A lot. It was only 30 minutes. But either way, we're back with Miranda. And Miranda comes to Che's door and knock him on beat like we used to kids, like boom, 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 boom. But she's like, boom, 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 boom. I'll open the door and try to beat her ass. She was super annoying. But Miranda is trying to be spontaneous. She showed up with some cookies, talking about she was craving her some Che. Okay, I'm sorry, I got sick. They, meaning Che, is immediately put off that she's interrupting her writing time. She keeps quoting Meg Ryan, you know, the 90s rom-com person. This is Miranda. I don't want to be like Meg Ryan. Girl, you will never be Meg Ryan. Have you seen Sleepless in Seattle? Have you seen When Harry Met Sally? You are not that smart, clever, or any of that good stuff. You're barely passing with this goddamn acting. I'm fed up. People. How you feel about it in the comments? Let me know. She's so neurotic. She's so worried that every little move that she makes, that Che is going to dump her, and it's driving me insane. I'm sure I've been crazy like that about a person, but just to see it play out on camera is mess. Che makes sure to remind Miranda that this isn't a regular relationship, and they shouldn't be beholden to relationship tropes, which honestly sounds like some fuckboy shit, because it sounds like somebody that's phrasing to let somebody know that they don't want a commitment, but they don't want to seem like they don't want a commitment. fuck boy shit. And according to Shay, Miranda is not her girlfriend. They aren't even dating. They're just getting to know each other, which is extremely different from that sentiment that last episode was like, I'm in love with you too. I'm like, what? This is who wrote this? Did different people? I don't know if y'all ever saw that episode of South Park where they just had some manatees knock some topics out of the pool, and that's how they were putting together the plots for The Simpsons. It's hilarious. If you've never seen it, check it out. But Lord have mercy, that's what I saw. But it's not like Miranda helps the situation since she's acting like a 13-year-old with a crush who realizes Che isn't into pop-ups or pop-ins and just runs away. But I hate to agree with Jar Jar Binks, aka Che Diaz. But when Che was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yes, I agree." And Miranda seems to be okay with the not dating thing, and she decides she's the one she needs to be more chill about it. But there's nothing chill about this effed up behind relationship. This is all mess, y'all. This is all mess. Is this how, not trying to be funny, but is this how white people date? I don't know. If you're one of my beautiful Caucasian friends, leave it in the comments. Do y'all go through all this? I can say most of the time when black people is like, oh, we slept together. You came to the house 3 times. We go together now. But maybe not these days. But that's how it used to be. So either way, moving on. Seema and Carrie are waiting in line for the paint event. Ironically, right? Carrie's wearing overalls and her hair down, so she looks super cute and young. I don't know why she doesn't wear her hair like this on dates. I don't know. Seema's in line looking just dressed to the nines. I mean, Seema be like, she be done. The fashions be on point. And she's sitting here with her cigarette like, I should have wrote a check. And Carrie says, no, you can't write a check when you're white. And Seema's like, oh, it must be so hard to be white. Miranda comes out all happy as hell. Where the hell is Chase? No, you're not going to go there. She's happy to meet Seema. And Seema said, I am not painting. I'm just going to be brown and over here smoking. I'm going to write my check. I said, me too, girl. Me too. I'm going to go sit my ass down real quick. I'm playing. I would have did a couple of little strokes or whatever. So Steve and Brady show up because it's supposed to be a family event. So I'm going to be meta right now. And I won't say this. So this is what's happening. This is how we doing this. Miranda just blew up her life, running from the wreckage to go get her fairy tale ending, that Cleveland trip we never saw about, right? And there's literally zero consequences. Things are just back to normal. We don't know what happened, how soon the no strings attached time takes place after Miranda and Steve asked Steve for a divorce. But it certainly seems a little too soon for Steve and Brady to be skipping up into Miranda's women's shelter volunteer event and be so well adjusted. That's weird, right? It's weird. We don't get any type of family meeting with Brady. I'm just here. That's where I'm at with this show because I can't stand Brady ass, and I would love to hear his opinion on what went down. This is the lowest point of the show. This is very crappy. Okay. I guess I shouldn't be surprised since this is the same show that gave Miranda a drinking problem for a few episodes, had her quit cold turkey, and then never mentioned it again. Just gone. We just clean now. I don't want the characters to suffer, but where are the consequences? This is not realistic at all. Or at least some type of acknowledgement that these things are hard and it doesn't always work out so perfectly. Believe me, I know. I know. And who knows? Maybe next week the finale they gonna do the consequences or whatever. But I highly doubt it the way this show is going. They probably just gonna skip off with Jar Jar Binks and everything. It's gonna be mess. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm glad it's the last episode. I heard there may be a season 2, so we might have to go through this again. We'll see how I'm feeling, guys. I'll watch it for you. I love y'all. I'll watch it for you. Let me know what else you want me to watch in the comments while this show is off. Either way. Anyways, Brady calls Carrie Farmer Joe, and they hug. He seems more affectionate with Carrie than he is with Miranda, so there's definitely some mommy issues there. Steve pairs up with Carrie to paint, and Miranda's like, okay, Brady, we can pair up. He's like, nah, F that. I want to go mess with Louisa. So Louisa's off in the cut. They're going to be painting. They probably won't be making out, all that good stuff. The lube, all that good shit. So we're over with Naya. And they always busting out with Naya out of the blue, but I guess this is her event. But Naya comes out in her cute, bright, afro-colored tracksuit to meet Carrie. And I noticed on this episode, none of the fashions are conducive to painting. I'm not gonna show up in my best shit to come paint some shit. I don't even understand what the hell is going on. But she says her caterer's back out for lunch, so she's like in a conundrum. And then next thing you know, you see LTW and Charlotte pull up in a limo. Charlotte is dressed in an all white cover up. And she meets Naya. Then we have Lisa Todd Wexley. We're gonna say the whole name. Lisa Todd Wexley. LTW gets out and she said she ordered a van and a limo showed up and she's sorry about the tone deafness. We woke again, y'all. The black people woke too. We woke. We woke. But I still love you, Nicole Ari Parker. You know, that's how it is. Miranda and her teeth, yeah, her grill is jacked up. I'ma say it. My teeth ain't perfect, but she look like she been munching on the damn curb. Yeah, her teeth are jacked up. Already tried to judge and say, why does she have a camera? This is not for the gram. LTW starts talking and is like, oh, I only brought the camera because I think it'll help out with the fundraising and the website if we take some good pictures. And Carrie's like, ooh, Miranda, you and them teeth, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. She had a good heart. But what I did notice was LTW had on an outfit where there was brushes and combs poking out, and she had on some string up thigh high boots. Bitch, she came to that thing. She ain't coming to that bitch to paint. I know that much. But I'm laughing because I was like, only time I'm walking around with brushes and combs is when I know I gotta hurry up and fix the baby's hair in the car. So go ahead, Nicole Ari Parker, Lisa Todd Wexley, come through with the fashion. It's strange, but I'm here for it. And her husband Herbert is there too, but he's making a call in the car, so he's gonna come out. Y'all know I love him from Hamilton, so he always gonna get the thumbs up for me. So she offers to help Naya with the catering real quick, so because she has pull like that, and it just shows that LTW is a real one. And you can also tell that they're transitioning the show to the new characters, like bump the old characters, we going on to the new. Also, because we're getting close to the end, I'm once again gonna say they use just the black people in this show as props. They kind of float around. I don't know what the hell going on. But speaking of black people, Naya's husband Andre sees Herbert, LTW's husband, being a good father while painting with the kids. Side note, talk about fashion. What in the entire fuck does Andre have on his head? He has on a bright blue straw hat beanie around here giving me golden child vibes and shit. I'm like, that's what we doing here. So we gonna put on our nice bougie Sunday hat to come paint. Okay, I don't know. Either way, he tells Naya that seeing Herbert with his kids is making him want to be a father. Naya says, "Oh, I thought we moved past this trying to have kids," and she's very secure in that decision. But it turns out Andre is not. He's still pining away to be a dad, and Naya wishes that what they had together could be enough for him. Girl, Naya, you in danger, girl. You in danger. You better be careful before he go out there and go get an outside baby. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyways, when he leaves the room, she confides in Miranda how bad she feels, and I'm like, why, Lord, why? So you can't communicate all this correctly to your husband, but you can talk to some random white woman who's your student. It's the white savior trope for me. They worried about writing checks. This whole part is foolishness. It's like, what the hell is happening? Anyway, they go to SEMA and she's out there enjoying her good ass cigarette. Like she just got some. And she ends up flirting with this dude that pulls up. It's like, why are all these people on my street? Why are they blocking my club? And he calls her a boss. And she's like, why do you think I'm a boss? Because you're sitting here while everybody's working, smoking a cigarette, and you look like a boss. So, they're giving us a little storyline for seeing when she might have a little boo thing. So maybe in her 54th year, should she be in a committed relationship? To me, it's no pressure because she's living quite a life. It's her prerogative, right? We go back to Carrie, and Carrie is still wearing Big's ring, and she's paired up with Steve, who begins to ask Carrie questions about Miranda and Shay. He's saying how long has it been going on? Did she introduce them? He isn't pushy about it. He's just confused and hurt. And Carrie's kind of empathetic, sort of, because she's trying to stay out of it. She gets an excuse at the end of the conversation to get out of it because she steps into a full tray of paint. So let's mention that Carrie is in some 6-inch stripper heels and some overalls to come paint these people shit. Anyway, so she needs to wash off her heels. I know she's wearing heels. I mean, to do manual labor, that's her. I just had to have a moment. She's Carrie Bradshaw, so that's what she do. But while in the bathroom washing her shoe, a Big's ring slips off and goes down the drain. And she's distraught and she's panicked and she eventually calls Steve in for help and he assures her everything will be okay because it's going to be in a pea tray. I don't know what a pea tray is. If you know about bathrooms and plumbing, I may need you to stop by the house, whatever. But tell me what a pea tray is. Let me know in the comments. And I never do this, but I need to start doing this. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. It really will help my YouTube channel grow. This is a cool new project for me, and I'm really enjoying learning and going on this journey, and you guys can go along with me. I'm super excited. And for anybody that watches this video, I thank you so much, and I truly love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Back to Lily and her bad acting. It's horrible. She pulls Charlotte to the side and is panicked because she can't find her tampon string. While they are running to the porta potty, LTW then had a bunch of food trucks pull up. I'm like, she is just magical. She is magical. She's a magical Negro. I appreciate that. Then they go back to Carrie and Steve. Sure enough, with some tools and some elbow grease, he finds the ring. And that's the best acting in the show. Carrie, you could tell her relief is palpable. She's like, she exhaled, y'all. Y'all waiting to exhale. Now we're back to Lily and her emergency string mishap. Charlotte tells her to look in her crack. that's where the string usually ends up. And Lily's in the bathroom hyperventilating. And Charlotte's like, I'm fed up with your crap. I'm about to go get some water. And she was like, make sure it's room temp. I'm like, I'll punch that little girl. I know she's a kid, not the real life girl. But this character, like, I can't take it, y'all. I cannot take it at all. Miranda's out there having lunch with Carrie, and she's ignoring Shay's call, playing hard to get. We don't been there, done that, so you don't look like you chasing somebody down. It's Miranda and Shay. I think they call them, what's their name? Is it Shay Miranda? Randa Shay? I don't remember. One of them bullshits. I don't know. We're back to Nia and Andrea. And Andre. We're gonna have a little moment. He basically breaks it down to her. He wants kids, period. He don't want to hear shit else. That's it for them. They gone from the episode. Back to the porta potty. Lily finds her string and asks Charlotte for help pulling it out. See, I can't even get it out. And Charlotte's like, hell no. And she ends up pulling it out. And she peeks her head out the porta potty to tell her mom, like, I pulled it out, and Charlotte is walking away, and she's gotten her period, and it's all over the back of her white romper, which is what Miranda told her was gonna happen. She called it a flash period or whatever. I'm not quite there yet, so I don't know, but it's a flash period. But I think it's funny they tell her to come over and they wrap the sweater around her waist, so it's a reminder that you're never too old to have to use that old sweatshirt around the waist move, right? All the ladies know what I'm talking about. I done been there, done that. So we're back to the painting, and Carrie is apologizing to Steve for overreacting, but he gets it. He's wearing his wedding ring and tells Carrie that he never plans to take it off. No matter what Miranda does, it's still death till death do us part for him. Y'all, in this scene, I was just thinking, this actor is doing the old Steve now, because they've been making him look like Old Man River. The hair, I don't even think they remember to put the hearing aids in this damn episode. But anyways, this is the Steve I love. I'm just gonna say that much. It's both romantic and so freaking sad at the same time. Carrie can't stand it. She tells him he's such a wonderful person. We love Steve, y'all. Justice for Steve. And she doesn't think he might. Does he think he might want to find somebody else at some point? He deserves to be happy with someone. He's still not budging. He said it's never coming off, and he repeats it. He's standing on it, right? And like I said, this is the old Steve and not Old Man River Steve. And he really loves Miranda, and he's always stuck by this lady. But if y'all are 55, let's just say you live to be 70. That means you're going to go all those years while she living her best life with non-binary bae. And you're going to sit by yourself eating ice cream and snacks and staring at shows, bruh. Nah, you need to go find Debbie, that girl who you was messing with, that had you having condoms in the baby bag. You need to go knock her back out. crack that back, because nah, you need something. Because Miranda's stuck on that magic finger, and you need to go find something else. So, that being said, we never know if Steve changes his mind. Maybe they'll do something on the next episode. But we do know that Carrie's words, at the very least, get her thinking about what she's going to do with her own ring, and that she might want to find somebody too, or at the very least put herself out there to see if she might want somebody else. So she heads home and she puts both her and Big's rings away in the drawer, and she texts Peter, Puke Bay, up for strike three. So that's cute. And the last scene that they show is Club Bay letting Seema and Carrie into the club to have a dance. Last words from me, at least, about this show. I have some words burned into my mind I never wanted to know. Here you go. I was craving some Shay. It's the most cursed line of this entire revival. I want to scrub it from my ear holes, and I wish I never heard it. And just like that, this damn episode is over. Thank you for riding this ride for me. Please like, share, subscribe. Let your friends laugh along. Leave me some comments. I appreciate all the love, and love who loves you. God bless. Until next time, Sepia Scholar out.